scientists have discovered something shocking deep beneath our feet, a hidden ocean buried hundreds of miles underground. But this isn't like the oceans we see on the surface. This one is trapped inside rocks, hidden in the Earth's mantle, far beyond where anyone can dig. And here's the unbelievable part. This hidden ocean might be 3 times bigger than all the water on the surface of the Earth combined. It sounds impossible, but researchers from Northwestern University and the University of New Mexico have found real evidence to back this up. They discovered that deep inside the Earth, about 400 to 700 kilometers down, there's a special blue rock called ringwoodite. This rock can soak up water, almost like a sponge, but in a way we've never seen before. The water isn't liquid, ice, or vapor. It's locked inside the mineral's structure at a microscopic level, but even in that hidden form, the amount of water trapped down there is massive, enough to completely change how we understand our planet. In this video, we'll break down how scientists found this hidden ocean, what it means for Earth's past and future, and why this discovery could change everything we thought we knew about our world. Let's get started. It turns out deep beneath the surface of the Earth, about 400 to 700 kilometers down, there's something incredible happening. A group of researchers from Northwestern University and the University of New Mexico have found signs that there's water trapped inside rocks, hidden in the Earth's mantle. But don't picture regular water like lakes or rivers. This water is locked away inside a special type of rock called ringwoodite. Now, ringwoodite isn't your ordinary rock. It's blue, it's super strong, and it exists under extreme pressure and heat, way deeper than we could ever dig. Scientists believe that this rock can trap water inside its crystal structure, kind of like how a sponge holds water. Except, in this case, the sponge is buried hundreds of kilometers underground, and the water isn't in liquid form. It's bonded into the minerals themselves. But here's where it gets really crazy. Researchers estimate that the amount of water hidden down there could be 3 times the amount of water in all the oceans on Earth combined. Yes, you heard that right, 3 times more water than what fills the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, and all the other oceans together. So how did they find this hidden ocean if it's buried so deep? It's not like anyone can go down there with a shovel. Well, that's where science gets really cool. The scientists used earthquakes to their advantage. When an earthquake happens, it sends shock waves, called seismic waves, traveling through the Earth. These waves bounce and bend depending on what type of material they pass through. So by placing over 2,000 seismometers across North America, the researchers could carefully listen to these waves and figure out what's happening deep underground. And guess what? They noticed something strange. The waves slowed down at certain depths, about 400 to 700 kilometers below the surface. That slowdown usually means one thing: water. But where exactly was the water hiding? The answer, inside the ringwoodite. In fact, a tiny sample of this mineral was found inside a diamond that came from deep inside the Earth. That little piece of diamond made its way to the surface through a volcanic eruption in Brazil, and when scientists studied it, they discovered that the ringwoodite inside contained water. It was the first real proof that the Earth's interior might be carrying massive amounts of water. And that's not all. The more scientists studied, the more they realized that this hidden water system might actually be part of a giant planet-wide water cycle. Just like rain falls, rivers flow, and water evaporates on the surface. Deep inside the planet, water moves too. It gets dragged down by plate tectonics and trapped in these minerals. Over time, some of that water might come back to the surface through volcanic eruptions. Crazy, right? But there's even more to this hidden ocean story. So what does this all mean for us living on the surface? Well, for starters, this discovery might finally solve one of the biggest mysteries about our planet. Where did all the water come from? For years, scientists argued about this. Some believe that Earth's water came from space, maybe delivered by icy comets crashing into the planet billions of years ago. Others had a different theory, that water has been inside Earth all along, slowly oozing out over millions of years through volcanic activity and other processes. And now, this hidden ocean deep underground supports that second idea. Stephen Jacobson, one of the lead scientists from Northwestern University, explained it perfectly. He believes this underground water shows that Earth's oceans didn't just arrive by accident. They may have come from within the planet itself, rising up from deep inside the mantle over time. Think about that for a second. The same water that fills our oceans, the same water that makes life possible on Earth, might have been stored deep inside the planet when it first formed. And now part of it is still down there, hidden in the rocks like a giant secret reservoir. But wait, Why haven't we seen signs of this before? It turns out, detecting water that deep isn't easy. You can't drill that far. Humans have barely scratched the surface compared to how deep the mantle goes. That's why scientists use clever methods like studying seismic waves to peek inside the planet, and when they ran their tests using over 500 earthquakes and thousands of seismometers, they noticed something unusual happening in a region called the transition zone. This zone sits between the upper and lower parts of the mantle, around 400 to 700 kilometers deep. At this depth, pressures and temperatures are extreme, hotter than 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, but that's also the sweet spot for ringwoodite to exist, and for it to trap water. In fact, some scientists call ringwoodite the sponge of the deep earth because of how much water it can hold. It might not be water like you see in oceans or lakes. It's bonded inside the minerals at a microscopic level, but when conditions change, that water can get released. And guess what happens when that hidden water gets squeezed out of the rocks? It can cause melting, even hundreds of kilometers below the surface. Scientists call this dehydration melting, and it's a big deal. Normally, most melting inside the earth happens way closer to the surface, maybe just 50 miles down. But now, there's evidence that melting happens much deeper thanks to this trapped water. And this melting affects more than just rocks. It might also explain some of the earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and other geological activity we see happening around the world. But trust me, this hidden ocean has even more secrets to reveal. So now you might be wondering, could this hidden ocean ever reach the surface? Could all that water deep underground come pouring out one day? Well, don't worry. Scientists say it's not going to flood the planet anytime soon. The water is trapped inside the rocks at a molecular level, bonded tightly into the mineral structure. It doesn't slosh around like an underground lake or sea, but over millions of years, small amounts of that water could slowly make their way to the surface through volcanic activity or other natural processes. In fact, that might be how Earth's oceans were created in the first place. Imagine tiny amounts of water locked inside rocks, being carried upward by rising magma. Over millions of years, those small amounts add up, until finally, enough water escapes to create rivers, lakes, and vast oceans. And here's another crazy thought: without this hidden water reservoir, Earth's surface might look completely different. Scientists believe that if all the water from deep inside the mantle was sitting on the surface instead, the oceans would be so massive, only the very tops of mountains would stick out. The rest of the land would be completely underwater. Pretty wild, right? That means this hidden ocean actually helps keep everything in balance. It acts like a natural storage system, holding on to water and slowly releasing it when needed, making sure Earth doesn't become one giant water world or dry up completely. But this discovery isn't just about understanding Earth's past. It also changes how we think about other planets. If water can be hidden deep underground here, could the same thing be true for other rocky planets? Mars, for example, looks dry and dusty on the surface, but what if it's hiding water deep below? Scientists are already searching for clues. And that brings up another important point: life. We know life on Earth depends on water. If hidden water exists deep beneath our planet, it makes you wonder, could hidden water on other planets mean hidden life too? Maybe not little green aliens, but microscopic life living deep underground where there's water, heat, and protection from harsh space environments. The more we learn about our own hidden ocean, the more we realize how little we actually know about what's happening beneath our feet. And there's still so much to discover. Stephen Jacobson and other scientists are now trying to figure out just how widespread this hidden ocean really is. So far, most of the evidence comes from beneath North America, but they believe it could wrap around the entire planet, hidden deep below the surface, quietly influencing Earth's geology without us ever seeing it. Their tools, earthquakes, seismometers, and powerful lab experiments where they recreate the extreme heat and pressure of the deep Earth using tiny diamonds and advanced equipment. It's like exploring a hidden world, not with spaceships or submarines, but with sound waves and microscopic clues. So the next time you look out at the ocean, just remember, beneath all that water, buried deep under continents and mountains, lies an even bigger secret: a hidden ocean locked inside rocks, shaping our planet from the inside out. And that, my friends, is the hidden ocean beneath Earth they never told you about. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the mysteries beneath our planet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.